Our Fall 2024 and second cohort of ZSi Academy, Artificial Intelligence and Quality Assurance 10-week program is completed.
When the test is simple, it is easy for you to test it, okay? It is easy for you to maintain it. It's easy for you to determine if it's pass or fail, and it's definitely easy for you to find bugs or to track a bug on it. So never put tests that have more than 3 to 5 steps that are doing too many unnecessary things. Your tests need to be specific to a specific thing that you are doing. Then after that, you can pick important one, minimal overall coverage, a clear answer to a clear solution. Important. These are categories that you have to pick. Triage scenario based on the priority. You already know your acceptance criteria, you know all your user story, you know what matters for this application to be successful. So select those. Don't try to cover every scenario that exists under the sun. Understand what failure can be tolerated, right? So you know your failure gauge. Run the most important test first, right? Automate the most important test first. Then the others. Think about others tests that you can think about that are manual tests, maybe that are not reliable, and maybe that require manual setup. Those one you don't have to select them. And then the last one is no other testing as well. Then after the staging, I have this environment that we call pre-prod, and if I'm not on camera, everything we mentioned up to this point. You will have your number of defect, the density of the defect, the coverage based on the traceability, what passed, what failed. So you already have some basic metrics. I give a whole presentation. I was at a conference last week just talking about quality metrics alone. So there's a lot more, and we'll touch a little bit of those in the last session a little bit. Then you have your QA sign up. Another one of my favorite things that I came up with throughout my career, and that it has been a game changer. A document that reports quality, testing, mean your test case is getting out of hand, and this is a very golden rule because
Hi everyone, my name is Sharon Katha Kaburu, a software engineering student from Cooperative University, and also currently enrolled in a program, Quality Assurance with AI by Africa Agility. This program has really helped me to develop technical skills on quality assurance with AI and incorporating AI in quality assurance. So this program has been so good. I enrolled few weeks ago, and this program will really help me to have a solid foundation on providing quality assurance in our websites and in our mobile app applications. And I also expect to gain insights and knowledge which will help me as I launch also my startup, and since I am also an aspiring entrepreneur to provide quality products. Yes, so this program has been the best since it began. Our tutor, our instructor, Madam Lizette, has been the best I've ever seen. So yes, thank you so much, Africa Agility, for the opportunity to do this program. Thank you.